And there's like a few things that I wanted to share with you guys. Number one, I wanted to give a shout out to Joe and Esther and Jessica for being such great teachers because they really helped me through this week. So this week our theme was like love. And I think that love is like so important, especially as Christians, because God commands us so many times to, love each other and love our neighbors. And it was a really special class too, because all together there were people like me who, I know a lot of the Bible. I was raised a Christian. And then there were people in the class too who, didn't know exactly if they were ready to put their faith in God. Were a little bit confused about this. So, all together they taught me a lot of stuff, and, I showed them some stuff, and it was very special. And another thing I wanted to share was helping out. All the helpers were so great. There was never a helper that was like, oh, this kid's bad. This kid's bad. They're never going to believe in Jesus. Everybody always, just loved on the kids and put their hope in them. And we're like, yes, they may not be listening to me right now, but I'm going to still, love them and work with them through the week. So it made VBS like so great just for all these people to, come together and, want to worship God and want to teach everything, So it was great. Thank you.
Fourth grade. Hi, God bless you all. It's funny that how things work out, like how God works things out in people's lives. And towards the end of this BBS, I was thinking about last year. A week before BBS last year is when I started visiting CCP on Wednesdays for internship. By the way, you guys, make sure you sign up for the upcoming one because it's life-changing. Trust me. And I remember hearing, oh, some of the people are not going to be here because they're going to be volunteering. And I had the desire to do so because I worked with children prior to coming to this church. But I was going through my own struggles, my own storms, and I wasn't able to. I've been helping out in CT and break for Kids Quest and Breakout for a while. And sometimes you see these kids and you treat it more as a daycare than actually teaching them and imparting the word of God upon their life. And I feel that I was kind of in that boat. Like I started coming in here to like help out, like set the tables. Like, no, I just go there to give kids rides if they need, or, to clean up. And I was like, God, I don't want to get, I always keep saying this to God, and God's like, nope, I have other plans. Like, I don't want to get too deep and too involved, God, just like on the surface. And something happened on Thursday. It was Thursday when we did Love and then Storms. We had mad extra time, and we didn't have like a game. So we're like, Kiki, what are we going to do? And fourth grade is a very active class. We use the word active. It's a nice active. It's a large class. It's about 20 kids, and we're talking about how God calms the storms. Like, okay, let's just talk to the kids then. We all sat down in a circle, and we started speaking to the kids. Like, tell me, what is the storm? Some said rain. Some said tornadoes. Some said hurricanes. And then one kid said, a storm can be when there's sadness in your heart. And that opened up a can of every kid just started to open up. And I asked the kid, we just had a conversation, and we asked some of the kids, so what is your storms? Have anyone? Some, my daddy left to Brazil, never came back. My little sibling has autism, makes me sad that I can't help him. And that's a storm for me. And it was this crazy thing that sometimes we think of the children as, oh, they're just kids, just like push them to the side, like make sure they're quiet. And we forget that Jesus said, like, let the children come to me, and we have to be like children, vulnerable, open, honest. This kid started opening up, and it took every ounce of me to not cry and break down while these kids were sharing their stories. But then something wonderful happened, and it's that amongst the kids themselves, they started understanding, but Jesus calmed my storm. Because there were people, friends, family, and that was the theme of the next day, God sends. And the kids were like, no, but my friend was there when I was sad, and now I'm not sad anymore, and now I don't have a storm in my heart. So what I took from that is that never take for granted the power that your words have, the little bit of time that you share with this kid on a weekly basis, or when there's an event once a year, or when you see him in the hallway, give him a hug, embrace him, just say hello. Sometimes like, oh, these kids running around, like you just want to like kick him or something, but just be open and understand that they are the model that God is using for us to see and be like them in order to connect to God and reach God at a deeper level. That blessed my life immensely, and it made me understand that I have a responsibility to share with these kids and speak to them the same way that God has patience with me and shares with me and takes care of me. So I want to encourage you guys, if you're not involved on whether it's Wednesdays or Fridays with the older kids, be part of it. Doesn't mean you have to be here every week, but just say, hey, how can I help? And even by cleaning up, or like, hey, can I get no rice and just beans and chicken or tater tots? Trust me, just you bringing that act of service, that love is reflected. That's something that they probably might not have where they at. So take that with you today, and I hope that one day you're blessed as I was blessed this week. Thank you.